Let's create a service work order. I'm logged in as a project manager, and I'll click here to create service work order. First thing I need to do is find the job for which I want to create the service work order. I can do that with a series of filters here. Let's just go ahead and use the test company that we've been using, and there's this job. And I can just click here and create the service work order. So there are a number of things that come up here. First, I can choose whether it's straight time, time and a half, or double time. Let's put a service due date in. We can see the client need date is December 25th, so let's put a due date in of the 23rd. And this is a sortable column that's used by our service department to make sure that things are getting done in a timely fashion. I can upload one file here. Typically our company will upload the QuoteWorks PDF that we use in a service work order fashion that describes everything required for the job, but you can put whatever files you want here. And if there's more than one file to be uploaded with the service work order, you can just put the number in here and it'll go ahead and create as many as you want. So I can say let's put 3 in here, and I can click go and it'll open up to give me 3 files, or I can just put 1 in and click go, and I'll just have the 1 file that we're going to go ahead and work with. I'm going to choose the service production coordinator. We just have one. If you had multiple service production coordinators, you could choose. And I'm going to say this is going to include a Skyline Displays of Houston rental. And let's just say it's going to include a rental from Skyline IDC as well. Now you'll notice when I click these boxes, this submit box went away. And I can click on submit with check-in required, but I can't click on submit, because with these 2 boxes checked, the system knows that we have to do a check-in work order as well as an outgoing work order. So the system will actually create 2 work orders, one for the original job due on the 23rd and one for the check-in. And when we click this button, we'll get a dialog box that tells us what dates the check-in will be required. So let's just put something in here, make it good, and then we'll go ahead and we'll choose a file. And let's just put this pretty chrysanthemum in there. And then we'll go ahead and we'll say, oh, this is a special file. And we'll click submit with check-in required. So that brings up this dialog box where I can put various parameters in to tell the system when to create the work order. So the system has entered dates. I've entered dates, actually. I said that the shipment was going to arrive back on December 26th and that the IDC rental expires on the 30th. So the check-in due date is automated, and it's 1 day before the IDC rental expires of December 29th. If I wanted to change that, I could just click here and I could put in an alternate date. If I did that, I have to put an explanation in as well. So now I'll submit. Data saved successfully. And now there's a service work order for this job. And I can go in and I can go here and I can look at the service work orders. And I can say, okay, so where is the one for this company? And I can see these various service work orders that have been created for this company. I've been playing with this and created a number of service work orders for this particular job as part of my preparations for creating these videos, actually. So we actually can see several. But what you'll see here that's relevant is you see here's the test rendering request when I first created this on December 17th, with a service due date of December 17th. Here's the one that we just created. This is the test rendering request check-in. So you can see that there's a series of rendering requests that have the due dates that are associated with the outgoing job, and then you have the check-ins. These are both from various times that I've created these service work orders. You can also see down here that these 3 have been assigned to a technician. The other ones haven't been assigned yet because we just created them. And there's a whole process that will go that I'll show you in a minute where they get assigned. So that's how we create service work orders, and we'll move on. Hi, I'm back. I logged in as Daniel Vela, our service production coordinator, and the first thing you'll see is the new event where we created the service work order for this job just moments ago, and there's some information about that. I can click here and see the service work order for that job, and I can see the file that I uploaded. I can go here and just see that pretty chrysanthemum. And I can see that we chose SDH rental and IDC rental, so you can immediately see what departments are involved, what the due date is, when it was created, who created it, etc. So now, so we've seen the service work order just through the new events, but it hasn't been assigned to a technician yet. So let's go here and look at the new service work orders. These are the service work orders that have yet to be assigned. And we should be able to find our service work order here. Here's one that I created earlier for this particular company. And the one we just created is right here. So let's go here and assign it. And we'll assign it to a technician, and we'll just assign it to Tech. That's our test technician. And we'll say, well, this job is budgeted for 2 hours. Now, if I had secondary technicians, let's say this was a bigger job and I wanted to choose a number of secondary technicians, I could go in here and I could choose as many as I want. So there could be a team assigned to the job. And I'll say save. And now the job has been assigned to a technician, and it's no longer here in the inbound check-in service work order. Now here's the outbound. I'm sorry, that was the inbound check-in that I just assigned. And let me say OK. And here's the outbound service work order. I need to assign that one as well. So I'll assign that one to the same technician, to Tech. And let's say that there's 3 hours for the outbound, and the one we did previously was the inbound check-in. So now the job's been assigned to Tech for both inbound and outbound. And we keep these separate because we typically, if I were doing this actually correctly, I would assign the outbound service work order, but I might wait and not assign the inbound check-in service work order until later because maybe somebody else is going to be doing the job at that time. So now it's been assigned and it's in the queue. I can go and I can look at the queue. Here's the service work order status. And this will show me everything in the queue for service. It takes just a moment to pull this report up. Here we go. And if I look, I can see here, let's look for this particular company. And I can see the various service work orders that I've created for this company.